The fourth part of chapter Stephen Hawking. Let's start. The awards following Hawking's discovery were plentiful, means Hawking got many awards for his discoveries. He was named a Fellow of the Royal Society in 1974. Then he became a member of Royal Society in 1974. The following year, means in the next year, Hawking and Penrose received the Pius XI Gold Medal for Science from Pope Paul VI. And Hawking and Penrose, as they both were doing work together, they both were researching together, so they both received the Pius XI Gold Medal in Science. And who gave them this award? That is Pope Paul VI. Hawking even received the Albert Einstein Award and Hughes Medal from the Royal Society. Then in 1979 he secured a prestigious post, and then he was awarded by a post. And what was that post? He was named Lucasian Professor of Mathematics at the University of Cambridge, and he was given the post of Professor of Mathematics at the University of Cambridge, and the chair was founded in 1963, means the first time this award, this post was given in 1663, and Hawking got this seat in 1979. And the second person to hold this position was Sir Isaac Newton, and Sir Isaac Newton was also a member of or also a professor of mathematics in the University of Cambridge. One of Stephen Hawking's most notable achievement came in 1983. Along with Jim Hartle, Hawking devised a theory that the universe has no boundary. And one achievement which was noted in 1983 was that with Jim Hartle, Hawking gave the theory that the universe had no boundary, means it is unlimited. This theory combined concepts from quantum mechanics and Einstein's theory of general relativity. And in this theory he had combined the concept, or he had explained the ideas of quantum mechanics and the theory of general relativity. The 1980s brought on another set of prestigious award for Hawking, and in 1980 Hawking got one more prestigious award. He was named as a Commander of British Empire, a rank under being knighted. Knighted meaning is being a soldier. It was a rank which was given to the soldier, and this rank was given to the Stephen Hawking, as a Commander of the British Empire, and a Companion of Honor. And he got the award of Companion of Honor more than a decade later. And after 10 years, decade meaning is 10 years, after 10 years, in 2009, President Obama presented him with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. And in 2009, President Obama in USA, he gave him the medal, Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest honor bestowed meaning is given upon a civilian meaning is either he was not a member of any army. Either Hawking was not a member of army, but then also he got the knighted award as a rank which is given to the soldier, and the Obama gave him the Presidential Medal of Freedom in the United States of America. Hawking's enduring popularity comes from his writing, and Hawking became more famous with his writings, that he had given the written form to his research work. His book, and the book name was A Brief History of Time, in which he had told about the time from the Big Bang to black hole. Big Bang is when the universe formed, and up to the black hole. He had written about the whole time in that book, and it was released in 1988. It has sold more than 10 million copies. Through this one book, he opened up the universe to millions of people, means millions of people get to know about the universe who would never have thought of its mysteries. Even the people didn't know what secrets the universe hold, and the Hawking had told about those secrets in his book, that is A Brief History of Time. Since 1988, Hawking has written a number of books, including A Briefer History in Time, which is an updated version of the first. Means after 1988, Hawking has written many books in which one book was a briefer history in time, which was a updated version of the first book, and the first book was a brief history of time. Other popular publications include On the Shoulder of Giants and other popular books which were published or written by Hawking were, that is, On the Shoulder of Giants, The Universe in a Nutshell, and his autobiography, My Brief Autobiography. And even he has written one book on his life, that is by his brief autobiography. Most unexpected, however, are the books he has written along with his daughter Lucy Hawking, and he has written some books with his daughter also, whose name was Lucy Hawking. In 2007, the father-daughter duo wrote a children's book, and in 2007, Hawking and his daughter, they both had written one book for children, and that book name was George's Secret Key to the Universe. This is just another way in which Stephen Hawking has made the complex topic of cosmology more accessible to us. And it is a one way of Stephen Hawking that he had converted the complex topic into his easy words, and which was understandable by the normal human. So what does it take to make a genius, and what make him genius? That is, could it be his remarkable and enduring spirit? Whether to become a genius his spirit was one among them. Stephen Hawking has been faced with a severe physical disability. Stephen Hawking was a disabled person who was suffering with the disease ALS, and he was confined to the wheelchair, which has left him unable to move, and he was not able to move even, and unable to speak. Even he was not able to speak without the help of computerized speech synthesizer. Speech synthesizer is an electronic machine which were producing the sounds. Whatever the Hawking wanted to say, he was typing something on that machine, and it was giving the machine sound. Means the machine helped him to speak. Hawking has not merely survived, he has thrived. His advice to other disabled people is one has to have a positive attitude and must make the best of the situation that one finds oneself in. And Hawking had even advised to the other disabled people that we should not lose hope. One has to have a positive attitude. We should have a positive attitude, and we must make the best of the situation that one finds oneself in. Means either we are in any kind of situation, we should try to make it a best situation. If one is physically disabled, one cannot afford to be psychologically disabled as well. If one has a physical disability, then it doesn't mean that he is psychologically disabled. Also means his mind has stopped working also. According to him, science is a very good area for disabled people because it goes on mainly in the mind, and he told that science is a very good subject for the disabled people. Means the disabled person can research about any topic in the science, either he or she is a disabled, because science mainly goes in the mind. Means every time there is some kind of reaction or some kind of activity regarding the science would be going on in the mind. So does his success come down to his endurance? Whether his success has means he was successful in his attempts, of course, but it takes even more than that. Remember that young boy taking apart any gadget he could lay his hands on. As we had in the starting, we had read that when Hawking was a young boy, he was every time whenever he was getting any gadget, he was opening that gadget immediately, because he wanted to see the working, that how the thing is working. He didn't do it to ruin them. And behind opening that gadget, it didn't mean for him that to waste that gadget. He did it. But why he opened it? He opened it because he was curious. He was curious to see what made them work, that what is a working inside going on. That boy grew into a man who was curious to find out how the vast universe works. And the same boy, that is a Hawking, When he became a man, then he became curious to know about how the universe works and went on to give us a number of answers. And he had given us number of answers to the questions we hardly knew we could ask. Even we normal man can't even find out or can't even ask such kind of question which he had answered. So maybe it all comes from curiosity then, and maybe these all answers that all research work on the universe came out due to the curiosity of Stephen Hawking. In the great man's own words and in the Stephen Hawking's words, we should remember to look up at the stars and not down at your feet. Means we should always think great. Try to make sense of what you see and what we are seeing. We should try to make sense that how we are seeing or how the thing is working, and wonder about what makes the universe exist. And even we should also think about how the universe become or how the universe started, what is the working behind the universe. Be curious means whatever work you are doing, whatever thing you are seeing, always be curious to know more about that thing, that how this thing happened, why this thing happened, or how the thing is working.